It's Abigail of Ground and Grow Yoga, and today I have a practice where we will focus on strength and surrender. So as teachers, oftentimes we power through with our strength. We need to be strong for our students, for our parents, for all those around us. We feel like we need to hold it together. And so this is a practice to help you embrace the fact that yes, you are strong, but you also need to take care of yourself and know when to surrender. So you don't need any props for today, but if you have 2 blocks, those would be helpful. If you don't have blocks, you could use a book or the edge of a chair or table, something like that. But hop on your mat and let's get started. All right, so come to stand on your mat with your feet hip width apart, toes facing the side of your mat. And we want to spread our toes as wide as we can and try to press into all 4 corners. So we want to press into the pinky toe, big toe, and then both sides of the heel. And then imagine your suctioning up through the bottom of your feet and getting nice and tall here. So the knees should be straight but not locked. So we don't want to block them out, but try to have them as straight as possible. And then standing up nice and tall, engage the core and have the shoulders fall down. And then allow the eyes to close. Setting an intention for today, whatever intention is best for you, but something along the lines of, I will take this time for myself. Take in any sounds around you. And then draw your attention inward, focusing on your breath, noticing how you feel today. I want you to bring the arms out to the side. So we're bringing them out straight, but make sure not to hike the shoulders up. And we can allow the eyes to open. And we're going to inhale. Imagine your fingers are being pulled to opposite sides of the room. Your feet are attached to the floor and your head's being pulled to the ceiling. Just breathing in. And then as you exhale, relax. So inhale, reach. Exhale, relax. Inhale, reach. Exhale, relax. Good, and one more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, relax. Bringing the hands to the hips. Again, making sure the shoulders are down and back. Lift the chin. Coming into our superhero stance. And then just notice how you feel standing here. Notice whether you feel strong, secure through the feet, or whether you feel that this is tough today. You're feeling tired and kind of collapsing into it. Try to be engaged here, recognizing how strong you are. Our bodies do an amazing job supporting us. Breathing here. And then when you're ready, I want you to hinge from the hips, so keeping the back nice and straight. Hinge from the hips, hands still on the hips, and come to that flat back position. Really pressing your weight towards the outer edges of the feet now as we come down to support us. And making sure that the knees are not locked. Try to play with finding where your back feels flat, as if someone could balance something on your back and wouldn't fall over. Engaging the core. Feeling the stretch through the back of the legs. Feeling it through the side body. Deep inhale in. And on the exhale, come all the way forward, allowing the hands to either fall to the mat or clasp opposite elbows. So we're here in our forward fold. And imagine as you breathe that your low back is expanding. And as you exhale, you come a little bit deeper. Even if you're not actually coming deeper into the stretch, but just imagine that expansion and then folding into the forward fold. You might find a little rocking here if that feels nice on your low back. And make sure to allow the head to truly relax. Sometimes we're in this posture like this and we're holding tension in the neck. You want to make sure to release the head all the way down. Good. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, release down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, release down. One more time. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, come down and roll slowly up to standing. Good. From here, we're going to bring the feet a little bit wider. And we're going to turn the left toes in. So they're at an angle here. And then the right toes go towards the front or back of your mat, depending how you're standing. Standing up nice and tall, again, bringing the hands to the hips. Make sure that you're not dumping into the back or rounding. Make sure that you're up nice and tall. Imagine that your torso is between two panes of glass. So we're keeping in that upright position here. And then just coming forward, bend the knee so that the knee is over your ankle. So we're moving the tailbone down, bringing the abs in. So a lot of work in this posture as we come into our warrior two. You might feel like this is too short of a stance. If that's the case, you can scoot the front foot forward and come back in, but we do want that knee over the ankle. And your weight is down towards the mat here. So we're not dumping into this knee and we're not dumping into the back leg. We're evenly distributed here. And then when you feel that you have all those things going for you, and there's a whole list of things, that we have the abs engaged, we're sending the tailbone back, so we're between those two panes of glass. Our knee is over our ankle. We're pressing evenly into our feet so that our weight is centered here. Then the arms come out and we're in full warrior two. Make sure not to lean forward here. It's tempting when we're reaching that we reach forward. But we're reaching the arms evenly in both directions. Feeling the muscles here turning on. The more we get this towards a 90-degree angle, the more you're going to feel it through here. Good, and then straighten. So this is gonna feel really nice after we were just using our muscles to get us into that position. And now we're just going to bring our hands to our hips and breathe in and out. In and out. In and out. Coming back into our warrior two, so really pressing in to the feet equally, making sure that knee comes back. You should be able to see your big toe. If you can't see your big toe, it either means that you're coming in here, you're rotating in, or that you've gone past your ankle. So we're here, arms come out, and we're gonna move between those two positions. So inhale, hands come together. Exhale, coming into the posture. Inhale and exhale. Being mindful of the breath. Moving at your own pace. Noticing how that balance feels to go from working really hard to finding that peace, that surrender. And one more time. Good. Turning the toes back so they're both facing the side of the mat again. We're just going to shake it out a little bit side to side. It's a lot of work, particularly depending how much you do yoga, on the ankles and through the legs. Good. Then we're going to switch. So now the left toes go toward the side of the mat, right toes come in, finding where our stance should be. So playing with the front foot, stepping it out or back in. So this one's at an angle, we can play with this one. Again, I want to be able to see my big toe, trying to make sure the knee is over the ankle here, evenly distributing the weight and coming to stand nice and tall. So you can play with your hips here to make sure that they're even. And then when you're ready, the arms come out. And notice that this side might feel very different than the other side. So being okay with that. This side might feel much stronger. You feel like, oh, I've got this. Or it might feel like this is so much more work, or that your stance needs to be closer or further apart. But breathing here, holding it. Good, and then release. Again, feeling how nice it feels to work hard and then relax. Taking a few deep breaths here. Good. Then coming back into the posture. Again, you might need to adjust your stance here, making sure to be up nice and tall. Inhale in. Exhale, palms come together and straighten. Moving at your pace, listening to your body. Good. One more time. And then turn the toes to face the side. Shake it out a little bit. And then we're going to bring the hands to the hips again, nice and tall. You can either keep the hands on the hips as we come forward again, or if you want, you can interlace the fingers behind if you want to get a little bit of a shoulder stretch too. So either hands to hips or hands interlaced behind your back, and we're coming into that half lift position. Making sure wherever you are that you're really pressing equally into both feet and through that outer arch of the foot as we come forward. Imagine sucking up through the inner leg, which will bring you support. Breathing here. Again, feeling that strength, feeling the muscles turn on, particularly our core. And then release down. This time, bringing one hand in towards the center. The other arm reaches towards the sky. If this isn't working for you and you have something, either a block or a cushion or something that you can put your hand on to bring the ground up a little higher, you can do that, but we're working to open the chest towards the wall. Good, and release and switch. I really suggest if you can get some sort of yoga block, it's nice because especially if your arms aren't long or if your proportions feel a little bit off, you have 3 heights that you can use here. So it's nice to have the block. But noticing how this side feels in comparison. And your twist should feel like a surrender. They shouldn't feel like you're using your strength because we don't want to be powering into our twist. We want to allow that to open up, but we're not cranking it open. You might just be here, and that's perfectly fine. Good. Release. Roll up slowly. And then we're coming back into that warrior 2. So turning the toes one direction, making sure the other foot is at an angle. We want our heel sort of bisecting this back foot. But if you are feeling off balance that way, you can open things up more by moving the foot towards the side. We're coming in, bending the knee, adjusting, making sure we're engaging the abs, sending the tailbone down. Imagine we're between those 2 pieces of glass. And this time, noticing how it feels to come into the position with a little bit of muscle memory. Seeing if you can go a little deeper. Maybe you can bring this towards more of a 90-degree angle. The warriors are one of the first postures that we learn, but they're definitely not easy. And we can always continue to push ourselves to come deeper into the posture. Feeling that steadiness here. And then when you're ready, inhale, the fingertips come forward. Exhale, they come up and over. This back hand can go anywhere on the leg besides on the knee. But breathing here in our peaceful warrior. So we have that strength, and then we have that surrender. Even though this is also work. Good. Come back up and straighten that front leg. Again, if you have a block, you can put it on the inside of the leg here. We're going to bring the arms back out like we were in warrior, except the leg is straight. And we're going to inhale, get tall. Exhale, come forward. If you have the block, your hand can come to the block and you can kind of push up here. If you don't have the block, you can bring it to your shin. Technically, the posture brings it all the way to the floor, but as you see, I start to crunch through the side here. So you want to keep up as high as you need to be to keep that length in the side body. So wherever you are today, and we're going to look up at the hand or look out towards the side of the room. Good. Slowly come up, bring your hands to the hips. And then instead of this time turning both feet towards the side, we're going to turn both feet out. So you might need to come in a little bit if that feels too wide. But both feet are out. And then we're sinking down into our goddess pose. So again, you want to make sure the knees are over the ankles. So play around with your stance to have that be the case. We don't want them going out over the toes though. And we also don't want them collapsing in. So really working through the glutes here. We're going to send the tailbone down. I'm sure you're already feeling it. But if you're not feeling it, come a little deeper. And then the arms come out. And we're in goddess. Noticing how you feel in this power pose. Really pressing into the feet, sinking as low as you can. Chest is nice and lifted. Arms are up. When you're ready, straighten the legs and then allow yourself to just fall forward. You might even walk the feet in towards each other. And we just kind of ragdoll here, allowing the hands to just fall wherever they do. We've been working hard. We're giving ourselves a little bit of a break. Good. Rolling up. Stepping the feet wide. We're going to turn the toes towards the side of the mat, other toes at an angle. Coming back into warrior two on the other side. Again, adjusting your stance. Adjusting where you are in space. And breathing here. Good. Noticing how this side feels. And when you're ready, reach forward, up, and back. Peaceful warrior. Good. Release and straighten. Again, if you have a block, you can bring it to the inside of the foot here. Arms come out. Send the hips towards the side. And we come down, either placing our hand on a block or on the leg, wherever allows you to keep that length in both sides of the body. Really pressing into that back foot. Good, and come up, hands to hips. Then bringing the toes so they're facing the front again. We're gonna bend down. Don't worry about the knees going out though. We're just going to push one shoulder, so we're pressing against the leg. Shoulder comes down, and then the other. You can have the legs open if that feels better. Wherever you feel stable though. Good. When you're ready, if you have a block, you can bring it behind you and come to sit this way. So we're coming down into a squat, or you can just make your way down there with your hands. Or if you have a squat practice, you can just come down. Maybe the heels lift, maybe they're on the mat. But wherever you are, you're coming into your version of a squat today. And maybe your version of a squat is nope. And so you just come to sit down. But wherever you are, you want to press your hands together, really engage the arms here. Pressing the palms together. Breathing here. Good, and then we're going to come down. So to get off those ankles, and we're going to curl the toes under here and just send the tailbone back, and you'll probably feel this immediately. So we've been using our feet a lot in this practice so far. So this is just a little stretch, a little love for the feet. You might rock side to side a little bit. Good, and then flip them, press into the tops of the feet, engage the core, and come back. Getting a stretch through the front of the legs, and we're pressing into the top of the toes, so we're stretching the ankle that way as well. Good. Staying up on the knees, you're facing the side of your mat. If your knees are uncomfortable, I would suggest either getting a blanket, or you could roll up your mat to fold in half so you have a little bit more cushion here. We're coming up nice and tall. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Clasp fingers, send your palms towards the sky, and then stretch to one direction, and then the other. Moving side to side. Good. Release the hands. Shift your weight to one knee just as if we were standing. And you're going to bring the other foot out to the side. Toes turn towards the side of the mat. And our arms come out. And we're in a modified warrior 2 / gate pose. Getting nice and tall. This helps you feel that distribution of the weight, trying to have it be central here. Good, and then the hand comes to the leg and stretch over towards that side. Good, release and switch. So the weight comes over to the left, send the right foot out, toes come towards the side of the mat, arms come out. Make sure the weight is distributed evenly. And then the hand comes down and we stretch over. Good. Release. Bring the knees together and then send them to the side so we can come to sit. Bringing the soles of the feet to the mat. Hands come behind the knees. You're just going to move back until you feel the core engage. And breathe here, allowing the shoulders to relax down. Chin is lifted. And again, you can play with lifting one foot and then the other, or lifting both feet, or coming into full boat. But wherever you are today, just play with it. Noticing where you are in comparison to other days, and being okay with wherever that is. Wherever you are, we're holding it here. Feeling those abs begin to shake. Good, and then release. Come up, bring the feet a little bit wider, and just allow yourself to fold forward over the legs. If this is not comfortable, even with the feet wide, you can bring the feet all the way out and just fold forward that way. But what we want is to have the round in the back here. So really dipping the chin in towards the chest, allowing that back to round out. Breathing here. When you're ready, roll up, bring the soles of the feet together. The feet can be as close or as far away from the groin as feels comfortable on your knees and hips. And then we're just going to take our thumbs and run them down the arches of our feet. So just giving ourselves a quick massage here. Like I said, we put a lot of pressure in the feet and legs in this practice. Moving up and down, maybe opening the feet like a book and then closing them, moving them away and then towards each other. And circling the ankles one direction and then the other. Any popping sounds are fine as long as there's no pain. Showing our feet a little bit of love. And then taking your thumb to the inside of the leg, you're just going to move the muscle up towards you. Just doing little squeezes essentially here, but we're coming underneath and then pulling it up. Good, and then when you're ready, you can bring the knees back in towards each other and allow yourself to roll down, coming to lay flat on the mat. Really feeling where you touch the mat and what parts of you don't. So noticing if the low back is lifted, noticing the space between your head and neck and the mat. You want to snuggle the shoulder blades under here. Maybe bring the soles of the feet to the floor so that you can send your tailbone down to try to make the low back be flat against the mat. And then breathing here. Bringing one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Allowing today's practice to settle in. Noticing any places that you're still holding on to tension and trying to relax those. Recognizing that as we work hard, we also need to take the time to rest. So not only our bodies as we work hard in our practice and then relax, but our minds as well. Being mindful of how we go about our days. And that we need those times of surrender. That you can only be strong for other people if you take care of yourself. So if you wear yourself down and don't take care of your well-being, whether that be physical, emotional, whatever, that you won't be able to have the energy or the patience to help others. So taking the time for yourself, thanking yourself for coming to the practice today. And then we're going to come into a little bit longer of a Savasana today. So allowing the hands to fall to the sides, allowing the body to relax. Maybe the legs open up a little bit here, allowing the hips to relax. And just draw your attention to your breath. If your mind starts to wander, draw it back. I know it can be difficult to sit with the stillness sometimes. Feel like you should be doing something instead of spending time in Savasana. But it's such a good thing for your body to be able to relax and notice how you feel, how the breath is moving through the body. And just allow your mind to quiet. So with that, I'm going to be quiet and you can just relax into it, and you'll hear my voice again in a few minutes. slowly start to draw your attention back into the room. Noticing any sounds around you. And draw your attention to your breath. Noticing how you're breathing in comparison to the beginning of our practice. Slowly start to move, allowing the head to rock gently from side to side. Doing circles with the wrists. Or windshield wipering the feet back and forth. Maybe reaching up above the head, sending the arms up and the feet down. Before bending the knees and rolling to the side. Cradling the head with your arm. And then slowly pushing yourself up to a comfortable seat of your choice. Sitting nice and tall. Allowing the eyes to close. I just want you to take inhales in through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose and out through the nose. Breathing in for a count of 3. In, 2, 3, and out. 2, 3. In, 2, 3, and out. 2, 3. In, 2, 3, and out. 2, 3. Really allowing the body to expand on the inhales and relax on the exhales. Maybe you try to increase the length, inhaling in for a count of 4 or 5 or 6. Just trying to breathe in as slowly as you can. And then out as slowly as you can. Noticing how it feels to breathe purposefully, measuring the length of the inhales and exhales. Bringing one hand over the heart, the other hand on top. Drawing your attention to the heart center. And bringing to mind your intention from the beginning of class. And as you go about the rest of your week, remembering that you are strong, but you also need those periods of surrender, of relaxation, of deep breaths. So thanking yourself for taking this time. Palms come together, chin dips in towards the chest. Slowly bat the eyelids open. Thank you for taking this time with me. I hope you have a good rest of your week. Namaste. I hope you're enjoying this series. If you are enjoying the series, please let me know in the comments. Also, please subscribe because subscribers allow me to continue to make free content. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.